Hey there, Dive Bar Comedy listeners. We are back with episode 30 of the Dive Bar Comedy podcast. I am your host, Wild Joe. I am here with GT. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
So we have some fun shows planned. The show we have today that you'll be listening to, we have some great comics on. And as always, we have some more live shows planned for anybody in the LA area. If you're around, please come check us out live.
Yeah, we got March 20. I'm actually February 28th. February 28th is coming up this weekend. It's on a Thursday at the Universal Bar and Grill, 8 p.m. We're going to start off the show with the band Modules, and then comedy starts at 9. And after 10:30, it's going to be Javier B. After Javier B., it's going to be a band called The Riots. So it's going to be a night full of music, comedy, podcast, and a lot of dive bar patrons. So we're going to have just all kinds of things going down. People watching sports, people listening to a band, people comedy. So it's going to be a full house, that's for sure. It's coming up February 28th, which is on a Thursday. Starts 8 p.m., $10 cover. So if you want to get in, you got to pay $10 cover. Thank you.
And you can always check our schedule. There's a Facebook page for GT's Comedy Jam, and there's also gtscomedygam.com, or you can look us up on social media. I'm at Wild Joe Comedy. GT is at GT Music on Twitter, I believe, right? And also Facebook and that kind of thing. So we have, like he said, February 28th. If you missed that one, we've also got 2 shows in March. Where are those?
We got one coming up March 12th. That's on a Tuesday at the Lotus Lounge. That too starts 8 p.m. And then we have another one. We're going to be back at the Liquid Zoo March 28th. That is on the last Thursday of March. And that's at the Liquid Zoo. Starts 8 p.m.
Cool. So, yeah, we hope to see you guys, and come say hi to us. Let us know that you've listened to our podcast, and maybe we'll give you a shout out on our next episode, or we can even interview you. We love to talk to our fans, and you might even make it onto a segment of a future show. So, yeah, please come out and support us, say hi, meet the comics, and have a great time, because it's always fun at the GT's Comedy Jam shows where we record dive bar comedy. Attention all drinkers. Attention all drinkers. Do you like a smooth tasting vodka that goes down with no burn? How about Global Vodka, straight from Italy? Check it out. You can find it at global-vodka.com. Not only does it have a smooth, great taste, it also is gluten-free and organic for you health nuts. So try Global Vodka. You can find it at global-vodka.com. Or next time you're in LA, check it out at Universal Bar and Grill.
Hey.
Hey, we are back. We were just talking about our show lineup that we have coming up. And we've got a show in March, all the way at March 28th. GT, there's a little problem with that. I might have a newborn by then.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have a little baby soon. Little baby boy.
So my due date is in April, but the doctor seems to think that it will come in March. So if you guys don't see me at that show, it's because I have the newborn baby hanging off my tit and probably a toddler as well.
Yeah, Phaedra, who's 1 year, 14, 15 months old? How many months? 14 or 15 months old? 15 months old now?
Not yet.
So Phaedra is sucking on your tits, and then you have another baby that's going to be sucking on the other one, and you think Phaedra is going to be sharing your tits?
No. She's figured out now, she's smart enough that she knows there's 2 of them. I'm sure if I had 6, she would want all 6 because she wants to go from one to the other. And if it were up to her, she would be sucking on one and tweaking the other one with her fingers the whole time, except I try not to let her tweak it.
She's going to be like the Kobe Bryant of your tits. Like, she's going to be hugging your tits big time.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It's kind of mean, but kind of funny. We took a bath the other day, and I went underwater, and she was desperately trying to suck my tits, but they were underwater, and it was really pretty funny to watch her like dive down and get a big gulp of water and then have to dive back up because she was getting very frustrated that she couldn't suck those things.
She went underwater trying to suck your tits?
Yeah, she was kept choking herself and trying from one side and then the other, and then she was like getting mad and crying. It was pretty funny.
She kept on diving for your tits over and over?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, yep, we're doing it again. Going through it all over again. This time, GT, when we were in labor, I hope that you put your phone down and stop texting people and answering business calls when you're supposed to be rubbing my back.
Rubbing? I mean, you're in the hospital. You're just laying back. I mean, why not? It's like I'm getting like text messages for business. And what's the big deal?
Labor. It's like a whole thing. You're supposed to be laboring together. You're supposed to be like bouncing on a ball, or you should be rubbing my feet, holding my hand, stroking my hair. But yeah, you were actually very annoying last time. You were just either on your phone, or when you came up to me, you were like just messing with me, like messing my hair up or acting all rough. And so I made you go back in your corner. But yeah, you weren't really, you were there. Well, at least you were there.
When you were pushing out the baby, I was videotaping the thing, the whole labor. I mean,
just what I need. Somebody to videotape close-ups of my pussy.
I mean, what's the problem? The doctor said, I remember the doctor said video.
No, the doctor said no video. He said no video. And you're supposed to be paying attention. You're sitting there with a camera close up on my pussy. What am I going to do with this video? I can't show this video to anyone.
Well, you watched it 10 million times.
No, I've watched it a couple times, and just the few parts that, and it's interesting. I mean, I kind of wish I would have seen how the baby came out, but at the same time, even showing it to your own baby, would you want to see a close up of your mom's vagina with you coming out?
See, now you have regrets. I was videotaping it. The doctor said videotape it, and then you said, and then you got mad and started bitching, and even the nurse looked at me saying, "Are you going to take that shit from her?"
No. The doctor said, do not videotape, and the nurse was looking at you, not thinking, oh, you're going to take that shit. Thinking like, wow, she sure asked you politely, you need to get out of her pussy and stop videoing. That's what the nurse was thinking. You're really putting thoughts into the nurses' and doctors' heads.
You were not polite. You were very angry. You were acting like a bitch.
Okay, first of all, I was in labor. You were being annoying the whole time leading up to it. And then you're just sitting there videoing my pussy. It's gross. And I have all these photos now with close-ups of my pussy and blood coming out and the baby coming out. Who am I going to show that to? I can't even show it to the baby.
You're supposed to watch it yourself over and over.
That's like you playing your own song over and over and over again. And no, I haven't watched it over and over. And no, they say if you do videotape a birth, you're supposed to do it from the shoulders of the woman, not from the pussy angle. You do it from above, so you don't have to see close-ups of all the parts while the baby is coming out. Because even though it might be interesting on a medical level to see that, it's not something you can show your family. It's not something you could show your baby. And it's really not something you want to watch yourself over and over again either.
Phaedra came out butt first. Okay, her butt was all purple. It was, and then when she was when her legs finally came out, her head was stuck, and then the whole thing. You're not. Now you're like, oh, this bunch of clips. I wish there was the whole thing.
I didn't say I wish there was the whole thing. It would have been interesting to see it come out. At the same time, You're supposed to be focused on what's going on. You're supposed to be in the room, paying attention. You're not supposed to be like filming like you're paparazzi or something like that. You're supposed to be there for me. You are my support person. You're supposed to be rubbing my feet, kissing my feet, and stroking my hair and holding my hand and listening to me scream. You're not supposed to be there videoing and filming my pussy that for a film that nobody's allowed to ever watch.
Oh my God. What do you want me to do? Check out the nurse?
Okay, there's a class called Laboring Together at my yoga studio. I think we need to take it because we even took, it didn't even work last time. We took childbirth classes. We learned these breathing exercises. You're supposed to look in each other's eyes and do all this breathing. We learned different ways to rub my back and different ways to help your laboring partner. You did none of that. You just sat around like you're waiting for your car to get serviced. Just sitting there waiting, and then once it starts happening, you just suddenly become a camera film crew.
You know what? Maybe we should have a scene where you're in labor.
A scene. See, this is not a reality show. This is not about filming. Okay, you're supposed to be there in the moment. Imagine if I was anybody who wasn't as nice as I am. You think I was rude to you? Oh man, imagine your cousin Mary or one of them. Imagine how nice their husbands had to be to them. You got away with like just barely doing anything. And the reason you got away with it is because I felt sorry for you, because you came home at like 2 a.m. and didn't get to sleep at all. 3 a.m. I think it was 3 a.m. You came home at 3 a.m. when I started my labor, and I thought, oh, poor GT, let him sleep. So I let you sleep for an hour before we even went to the hospital. And then I understood you were tired. So I was like, okay, let him sleep. But you were not only sleeping during my labor, you were sleeping, you were texting, you were answering business calls. You were just doing your own thing. And then when you did come up to me, you were very annoying. So I was like, well, just go back to your corner because you weren't helpful at all.
I don't know. Your dad told me all about you. You know, she's a handful. Your cousin told me all about her. She's a handful. You got to take her shit, you know. So now I know what they're talking about.
Anyway, if any of you have ever been in labor, women would understand this. Men are supposed to be supportive. They're supposed to be holding your hand. They're supposed to be like there for you. So hopefully GT will be able to improve his bedside manner next time. What do you say?
Well, next time I guess I'll just like suck on your toes while you're giving labor, and hopefully you won't kick my face.
You have a good chance of getting kicked in the face. This is why people hire what's called a doula or a midwife. It's a paid person that comes just to do all these nice things for you, because sometimes the people you have in your life are not as good at doing it as just a professional. Same reason as people go to therapists. Don't bother your friends by talking about your problems, whining and complaining all the time. Pay a therapist, whine and complain to them. They're a professional, and they'll probably give you a better response and tell you better feedback in the end anyway. So I may just have to hire someone, and GT can just wait out in the hall.
So, are you going to be saying this on stage?
No, this is a personal conversation between you and I, and anyone who happens to be listening. It's right here on the podcast.
Maybe you should take it on stage. Maybe people want to hear something original, because no comic really talks about being in labor, having a baby, stuff like that.
Well, anyway, I don't know if some jokes might come out of it. We'll see. It is kind of an interesting topic. And you know, I don't want to call it boring, the labor being boring, but it did feel, it wasn't at all what I expected. Labor is supposed to be like this monumental thing, and you're huffing and puffing, and you're going through all these labor pains and stuff. And I just felt like I was just laying there waiting for the baby to come, just laying in a hospital room, like waiting around, like almost like just being in a waiting room.
You know, giving labor is a new, I mean, not all comics talk about. And also, you know, I heard hipsters like eating the placenta. So maybe you should talk about how placenta is something like some hipsters love eating. And
All right. Well, GT, all these joke ideas are great, and you're willing to go ahead and talk about any of these things in your own comedy as well.
maybe we should open up a cafe in Silver Lake called Placenta.
All right, people. Sorry, you're having to listen to us again, go off on a random tangent, but we do have a great show for you coming up. We have some awesome comics and interviews that we did post-show. We also are putting up our own sets from our last show at the Universal Bar and Grill. So you can check out our comedy and see for yourself if you think we need to add some placenta jokes into the mix. And who should be giving these placenta jokes, me or GT? It is your idea, GT.
I think you should. I think maybe I should talk about the placenta jokes. Maybe I should talk about, Armenians like eating chicken organs. Armenians eat chicken organs, like chicken liver, chicken heart. And maybe I should say white people like eating placenta.
That could be funny. All right, GT, you just got yourself a new joke. And here's to many more fun jokes, because we got to think of new jokes all the time for you listeners.
Hey guys, you need flooring because your floors got messed up during the last party. You need flooring because your dog urinated all over the place and it's all brown and stained and it's buckling and it's warping because of your dog. You were out doing comedy. No one was home. Well, log on to selectflooring.biz. Selectflooring.biz. B-I-Z. And hit them up. Call them up. Say, hey, what your situation is.
Here we are on Dive Bar Comedy Podcast. I'm Wild Joe. We are here with Tayne Morano.
How you doing, Wild Joe? Happy to be here.
So, this is your first time at the Universal Bar and Grill?
First time here for leisure and for comedy, so I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
Is this the kind of place you would hang out?
Yeah, why not? I actually live right around the corner. This is perfect.
Oh, you found a new hangout place. You found a great place.
Yeah, I'm a Valley boy, so it's convenient, for sure.
We need to make more friends in the Valley, because a lot of these dive bars actually happen to be in the Valley, so we end up doing a lot of shows here.
Yeah, agreed. I'm from Burbank, so there's really no nightlife going on over there. But North Hollywood's close enough.
So, you're originally from Burbank?
No, actually from New York. I moved here just over 2 years ago.
I met a lady from New York today, and I didn't even have to ask her where she was from, because she sounded like straight from like the Bronx or something like that. But I don't detect your New York accent.
Yeah. So my father has a heavy accent, but like growing up, I always, like halfway through high school, I realized like I'm not pronouncing things the right way, and my dad to this day doesn't pronounce things the right way. So I kind of trained myself to not say, to not have the heavy New York accent. Coffee, walk. This guy says that. He's very Italian as well, so.
So you're a fan of enunciation.
Yeah, I like to pronounce my words correctly. It's one of my hobbies, for sure. Yeah.
Have you ever had the problem with people making fun of your name and calling you Taint?
That's probably the go-to. I think as soon as I got to the age where kids knew what a taint was, is when I started getting it. When I was younger, in elementary school, you don't really know what a taint is.
What age?
What age did I get called taint?
Yeah, what age did they learn what a taint is?
I would say like maybe around 17 is when they started getting the taint, tickling the taint stuff. So
quite old, and that might be a pop culture thing. Maybe it became a famous word at that time.
Taint. What's that?
A taint. It taints your ass and it taints your pussy, or taint your ass or taint your balls. It's the thing in between your balls and your asshole.
Oh, okay.
He's still learning.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I've never heard it like that. Taint your ass, taint your ass. I never knew that was where the name came from. I knew it was a little fleshy patch between the balls and the asshole.
That's what it is.
I had no idea that was why, because it taint your ass. That's great, yeah.
Learning something new every day.
Yeah, I guess that's going to be the word of the day.
The word of the day is taint. That'll be our code word. If anybody wants a free ticket, enter the word taint in your wherever. I don't know. But, yeah, I got made fun of. Actually, my last name, which I'm not using, I use the name Wild Joe, but my last name is P-Tree, which has the word P and like pee on the tree. So I got made fun of quite a lot, and kids can figure that one out starting in, I don't know, first, second grade.
Yeah, those are pretty. Those are like words you learn when you're young, like pee. I think PP is what you call your privates as a child. So I could see that being brutal.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't wait to get married. I was like practicing my name, just any name, as long as it wasn't like marrying Anthony Weiner or somebody. I totally was down to change my name.
Yeah, Joe Weiner has a weird ring to it. So you still have that last name though, I imagine.
I actually did get married, so I got to change it.
And it's not Weiner.
No, I got lucky. Anything but Weiner, pee, poo, whatever.
Yeah, my best friend's getting married in like a month or two, and his last name's Cox. And
oh no.
Yeah, and I always I used to think about it like when we were kids, like, oh man, when he gets married, and now it's happening. So his wife is gonna be Mrs. Cox.
I hope her first name isn't like a Baga or something.
Oh no, that would have been great. I don't know if she wants her name on here, but it's not something that's fun. Yeah.
Well, and there's nobody named Abaga, but that would have been pretty funny.
You never know.
You Baga.
There might be some Bagas out there,
You Baga Cox. That'd be pretty funny. I don't know. So what'd you get made fun of as a kid, GT? Anybody ever made fun of you?
As far as people making fun of me, as far as like, I don't know. They didn't really make fun of me for my appearances or anything like that. It just made fun of me maybe because I was always last picked. Playing.
They didn't really make fun of you. They just ignored you completely and excluded you from games.
Yeah, I was always picked last when it comes to sports.
I got picked last too, but that's because I was really terrible at sports.
Well, you know who else got picked last? Rudolph, and look how he ended up. So
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
yeah, no one wanted to play with him. He wasn't joining the reindeer games, and then he ended up leading the sleigh. So GT is now, he's leading the sleigh. So that story. I never realized the deeper meanings of that story because I never listened to it that hard. But you're right, Rudolph. Yeah, it's about it's helping kids deal with being losers. They're named Taint and stuff like that. So
wow. So wow, you've overcome your name. You're using it on stage. You carry it well, and now you're out in LA. Yeah. How's comedy going?
It's great. I just started doing comedy 7 months ago, so I'm new to the game. I love it. I feel like it's something I should have been doing my whole life, and now that I'm doing it, I'm like, holy shit. So I'm balls to the wall. I'm getting booked at clubs, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
How was your first show? Because I hear a lot of comics say things like, oh, you're never funny at first. You always bomb in the beginning and blah, blah, blah. It takes years to become good. I was kind of same as you. Like, I had a great first show, and I was like, oh, I should have been doing this all along. But I don't know. How was your first show?
I think because I started at sort of an older age for a comic. I'm 28, but I think my maturity is developed enough to where I can deal. Basically, I bombed so many times at mics that by the time I did my first show, I was like, holy shit, they're laughing, because it was a normal audience with normal people. It wasn't a room full of 10 comics. So it was really nice the first show. Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of shows for 10 comics, and I can just tell everyone listening who is not a comic that a room full of 10 comics is about the worst audience you could possibly have as a comic.
And it really thickens your skin too. So I notice in my day-to-day life, at work and stuff, and with my parents, I don't really give a fuck. And they're like, why? But I mean, I'm not like a dick or anything, but nothing phases me now because you get used to humility so often. 3 times a night you get to be humiliated, so I think it's a blessing. More people should try it.
I had already gotten to that point before I started comedy. So, but it is a bonus. It's definitely a bonus when you don't care really. I mean, part of you kind of cares what people think, but on the other hand, you really, in general, don't care. And I think it helps with comedy, and it probably helps with other things in life, too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of people that I meet in, the circuit that are just doing it as, a therapeutic thing, and they have no aspirations to actually go on and pursue comedy. They just do it to, stress relieve, which is great, too. But I'm definitely doing it. I have nothing else, basically. What else am I going to do?
Yeah. I think, it also depends what kind of reaction you get, how long you're doing it, how into it you are. If you start off and then you just get bored and fizzle out and kind of stop doing it, then maybe it's not your thing. Or if you do it for 10 years and you're still not getting laughs, then maybe just do it for your own pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely like, it's such a cliche, but like, you know, you either have it or you don't. There's definitely a degree of that for comedy because it's something we've been doing. You know, humor has been a thing that I used as an identity since I was a little kid. So it's something like I feel like most comics do have in them. And then one day they're like, all right, give me a fucking microphone. Let me see if I can make this work. And then you learn how to do it. But there are, you know, unfortunately some people that maybe shouldn't be up there.
Like, I've never tried acting, but and I don't watch too much TV, but, you know, there's drama and then there's comedy. And when I watch drama, which I rarely ever watch, but when I watch drama, it's, like, so stressful. Somebody's always about to die, and I just imagine if I were an actress trying to do a drama, that it wouldn't even work. Like, people would still think I'm being funny even when I'm trying really hard to be serious. Because I've filmed, like, just some straight educational videos, like how to make a pizza, not trying to be funny at all, and it just comes out funny on accident. Some people are just naturally, accidentally funny.
Yeah, for sure. That's like what I was saying, like having like humor being a part of your identity. It just comes out. Like I'm always like making light of situations, maybe when I shouldn't be, but like I'm always like, oh, let me try to lighten the mood a little bit. And it's just, you know, it's part of, I think every comic has that inside of them.
Yeah. GT, he does a lot of music videos, and he works really hard on his dance moves. And I would say that he tries really hard to be serious, a serious musician, but he comes across as funny in every video.
Yeah, I come across kind of funny. I don't know. I think, you know, I'm a serious artist, but for some reason in the videos I come out comical.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Some people are just, I don't want to say goofy, but maybe it is. Maybe we're just naturally goofy, and we can't even help it, even if we try to be serious.
Yeah, I feel like if I, like a dream casting for like most dudes, it's like, yeah, I want to be like James Bond. I want to be like an action star. But like this is similar to like GT, like whenever I'm in front of a camera or like in a role, it's just like, the guy's too funny. I can't take him serious. So it just comes out that way.
Yeah, it's just natural. It's just natural for some people.
Yeah, how long you been doing comedy?
I've been I started last August, so like 7 months maybe, 8 months, yeah.
We already covered this, GT. Where were you?
I was collecting cash.
That's a good excuse. It's a good excuse. Always good to be collecting cash. So have you ever gone to any other cities to do comedy, or it's just been L.A.?
Just LA so far. I'm trying to plan a trip around. I want to book something in New York. I have a couple friends that do comedy in New York, so I'm trying to book a show or two in there and then, you know, go home and visit and have my friends and family come see what I've been working hard out here doing. So,
you know what I did, which was pretty awesome and really kind of random, but it worked out, was my high school reunion. I ended up booking myself at my high school reunion and doing comedy and kind of like roasting, very lightly roasting like the different people that were there in attendance that I know from high school based off their Facebook page posts and stuff like that, and it was really funny.
That is fucking brilliant. I graduated in 09. I got held back. I'm not that young, but I graduated in 09, so this is the year of my 10-year anniversary or reunion, whatever. That's a good idea. It would feel so liberating to go back and like lightly roast everyone.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I did my research. I went on all their Facebook pages and researched like some of the funny things that they had posted, or, you know, interesting things, and then, you know, just tried to think of like a joke for each person, and yeah, it was a very different but very fun show. That was like my one hometown show that I ever did.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very similar, sort of based. I mentioned my friend getting married in April. He reached out because he saw some of my clips, and he's like, dude, would you do my wedding? Like, would you do like a set at my wedding? And I said, absolutely not. But he's like, Demi's on board. I was like, if the bride wants it, so I might have to do comedy at this wedding. So it's going to be in front of all my high school friends, basically. And I just plan on roasting Sean, the groom. So I might have a similar situation on my hands. But also I kind of feel weird because it's a wedding.
Well, I had to do a toast at my sister's wedding, which ended up accidentally being funny, and it was kind of hard to do because the guy before me did like a 20-minute speech that covered like everything that I possibly could have said. So it was like, hey, who's ready to party kind of thing. But yeah, you could just do a very, very funny toast.
That's, I think, what I'll just do like maybe like, yeah, a toast to Sean. But, you know, I'm going to write it like stand up. So they'll get some giggles in there, and he can get that out of there too. So
That's fun. It's always fun to have something personal. So cool. Well, I can't wait to hear your set. And thanks for coming on Dive Bar Comedy. Where can people find you online?
Right now, mostly my Instagram, Twitter is at Tayne Morano, TayneMorano. It's pretty much all of my social media content at the moment. So
Cool. All right. Well, it was great to meet you. Thanks for coming on our show.
thank you, Wild Joe. Was it
Wild Joe.
Wild Joe? Thank you very much.
Hey, ladies. You want some hot deals on sexy styles? Check out everydaysweetheart.com for everyday great deals on cute and sexy outfits, clubwear, mini dresses, leggings, sexy lingerie. And guys, feel free to stop by too and find something hot for the girl of your dreams. That's everydaysweetheart.com. And for 10% off, use the friend code TAKE10. That's TAKE10. Thanks a lot.
So you guys ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? I said, are you ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? That's right. This wonderful motherfucker right here is from New York. So you know he's an asshole. So you better get ready and show some love for the man from the East. He's a beast like a motherfucker, and he's got cool shit in his soul. Break it down until we take it down, and his name is all right. His name is coming to the stage. He got a T for the first letter and an M for the last number of his name. He might be Latino. He might be African American because his first name is kind of ghetto. So show some love for Tayne Morano.
Holy shit, it's a white dude. Yup, I'm white. My mom did a lot of drugs. Tayne, that's the most beast intro. I think I just want you to like introduce me again. Let's do that again, damn.
How about that?
You ever work at a strip club?
No, but I should.
Yeah, you can have a career like coming to the stage. He likes denim. Kind of looks like autistic Jason Bateman. Fuck you guys for laughing at that, alright? That's fucked up. I kind of do though. Yeah, this place is great. I'm having such a good time. I usually don't drink before I do comedy, but like, you're in here long enough, you're like, fuck it. Let's start drinking. Tequila when I'm done with my set, for sure. I'm like, am I getting a light or am I having a seizure? What's going on? I love these lights too because they're like, yo, what color should we put on? I don't know, all of them? Sure, fucking crank that shit up. Let's confuse everyone. Oh man, this is fun. Hey, give it up for the band earlier, guys. They were really fucking good. Yeah. They're a little quiet now. I was hoping they were making noise during my set. I was vibing with that. Usually people don't make noise during my sets. It's good. I usually refrain from doing political humor because I'm too fucking stupid. But fuck you guys for laughing at that too. Chris Christie, he's a former U.S. governor. He's from the Northeast. He's a middle-aged white politician, and he had a book come out yesterday. He thought it'd be a good idea to call his book "Let Me Finish." In the middle of the Me Too movement, like right? Like what? That is so fucked. There's definitely he has a comedian on his PR team that does not like him. Pitching ideas like, hey Chris, how about nutted on a hooker? And Chris was like, no, that's too direct. He's like, let me finish? Fucking nailed it. That's fucking weird. You know Trump saw it too and was like, yeah, well, I did finish. On Stormy Daniels. You think when Trump finishes, he's like, the best.
Your best.
Like 30 seconds in, the best. Such an arrogant asshole. Anyone who tells you they're the best, or like if anyone like comes to you and says, hey, I'm really good at something, they're dog shit at that thing, right? For some reason, I don't know, I mean, at least a lot of my friends, I don't know if it's like a white thing, but like, you have one friend who's like, you know, I'm actually really good at bowling. I don't know why it's always bowling, and then you go bowling with him, and he's like, well, actually, I don't have the right ball and everything, and then he just eats dicks all night at the holiday party for your job, and you're like, all right, bro. The point is, that's such an unlikable quality to have, right? Like, on the off chance I have a good set, and afterwards someone's like, hey, you did really great. I'm like, you know what? Wasn't my best work, definitely room for improvement. There's one profession where it's absolutely okay to be a cocky asshole and tell everyone that you're the fucking best. And that's if you're a surgeon. No one wants a modest doctor. Imagine coming out of surgery like, so, doc, how'd it go? And he's like, it wasn't my best work. Definitely room for improvement. No, fuck that. I want my doctor to have white rapper confidence. I don't even have to explain that one. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? White rapper confidence. Like in the consultation, I want to be like, Doc, what's going on? He's like, all right, well, before we get into it, are you following me on SoundCloud? That'd be fucking dope. I think doctors should have mixtapes. Just that hospitals like handing out their mixtapes. But no, but it's not music. It's just a highlight reel of them going ham in the ER. Fucking shit up, putting on gloves, all swaggy and shit. Scalpel, cutting people up. Why are you wearing Jordans in the ER? And he's like, pump fakes a nurse. Also, that's probably not how you do surgery on someone. I think I just killed that person. There's blood everywhere. That kind of reminds me, I was at the gym. That's right, I work out. I just wanted to say I work out. I saw a guy at the gym shadowboxing. And if you don't know what shadowboxing is, it's just kind of like throwing open punches. It kind of looks like, if you were to watch it from a distance, like someone was maybe being attacked by bees. And they're like swarming them off. Like if you were in an open field and you saw someone shadowboxing, you'd be like, no, I'm not going over there. Fuck that, I'm allergic. Should we help him? Mm-mm. He looks tough enough. But then I was thinking, all right, this guy has the balls to, just like openly shadowbox in the gym. Seems pretty intense. I wonder if he does that in like other aspects of his life. Like before like a really important business meeting, he throws down some shadow handshakes. He's on like a hot date, and like he wants to impress the girl right in the middle of the date. He throws down some shadow fucks. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I hate doing that. So that was as weird for me as it was for you guys. That joke started out as a note in my phone that just said "shadow fuck hump mic stand," and then I woke up and read it, and I was like, oh fuck. There's one that we're all guilty of. You're gonna do it tonight. You do it every single night. Shadow sleep, right? Like every night before you go to sleep, you pretend you're sleeping. You throw down some shadow sleeps. And if you don't, if you go from if you do that, then you should just stay asleep. You're a fucking psycho. I think we can all get on board and agree that women are superior beings. Applause break, right? I'll tell you why. So, let me get to my joke. And being superior beings, they come with really complicated anatomy. And as a man, like I feel like most men, including myself, you might think you know a woman's body until you're in this situation. A few years back, I was at the store, and my ex-girlfriend called. Well, she's my ex now, and she was like, "Hey, babe, can you pick up tampons while you're out?" Yeah, I can do that. Of course, I'm a man. I can do anything. Until I got to the aisle and I saw the products, and then I called her back. "Hey, babe, what size pussy do you wear?" And then I brought her back paper towels and duct tape. She's dead now. I'm just kidding, but she is a lesbian, and I'm pretty sure that's my fault. All right, I'm autistic Jason Bateman. Thank you guys so much.
All right, yeah, another round of applause for autistic Jason Bateman. That's right, Tayne Morano, El Papito, you know what I'm saying?
Hey guys, you need a party tent, you need a commercial tent, you need a tent because you have no garage? Well, log on to webtentsale.com, webtentsale.com, and check out our site. This site is designed for commercial tents, party tents, and anything but camping tents. So if you need a tent because you have a party and you will need to buy it instead of renting it all the time, you're tired of throwing your money down the drain, Well, go to our website, webtentsale.com, and check it out and order your tent right now.
What's up, Dive Bar comedy fans?
Yeah, we got Carlos Feliciano here. I always see him in the scene at the open mics, and he's always he's a hard worker. He does a lot of open mics, and he gets laughs here and there. It's just, you know, he's just starting out. He's just working out his craft.
Wow, GT gave you a critique. You got an unwanted critique there.
Critique.
He said you get laughs here and there.
Yes, I get laughs here and there, of course. Everybody does.
It doesn't sound very complimentary. I'd be like, hey, he gets laughs all the time.
He's being truthful. Yeah, you know, we get laughs. I try my hardest to get laughs all the time, but sometimes I don't.
Well, that's good. At least he's being truthful. You're not offended. You got a thick skin.
No, I'm not offended at all.
So how long have you been in comedy?
Since 2015. So I started July in 2015 in New York City.
Oh, cool. How's that?
It's great. New York, I love New York. New York is great. The scene is a bit different over there, but I do like it. And then I was couldn't stay because I was living in Miami. So then I did a little bit of Miami. Then I came to Los Angeles for work in December 2016.
You've been all over the place. You're hitting all the big cities in the U.S.
Somewhat, yeah. And my goal this year is to probably mid-year is to start hitting a little bit more of the Southwest market. So like Texas, somewhat California, Arizona, New Mexico, those areas like that, yeah.
Cool. And I like your name, Feliciano. It sounds like Felicidades, which is Felicidades, T and U D Feliz or whatever.
So I'll tell you something funny. So Feliz is happy, and Ano, if you separate, is ass. So they'll call me happy ass sometimes. You know, that's like a translation into Spanish. So I know somebody now is probably gonna say happy ass or something like that. You know, yeah.
We were just talking about this. I was talking about how my last name, P on the tree.
Ah, P on the tree. Okay, so what's your first name?
Johanna. So that's why my name is now Wild Joe. I'm not going to be called P on the tree for the rest of my life.
Okay, because it could Joanna, PB, tree. So I'm sure the kids came up with something very, very clever.
Yeah, kids are. They don't even have to be clever to be rude.
Yeah, why have kids? I don't even want one. I don't want kids. We all should have sex, but no kids. No kids. There's too many people. No more kids.
That's how they came out with birth control.
Yeah, birth control is much better than condoms. It really is. Much better than condoms. I prefer the birth control. The morning after pill is great. Oh, fantastic. But no kids. They're gross.
I'm pregnant. Look, I'm pregnant.
By the way, congratulations. Still no kids. I'm still very no kids.
Man, I love my kid, bro. It's like, the kid is fun, you know?
I'm sure. See, the thing is that everybody loves their kids, and which I understand is great. But everybody always wants you, like, if you have a kid, they want you to, like, put their kids in front of you. And it's almost like they're dangling. They're saying, hey, man, look at my kid. Like, your kid's not better than my kid. They both do the same thing. They shit in the floor. It's like they're animals. I don't know. I don't understand.
No, they're horrible. I have a baby. It's horrible. And now she's, like, 1. And some people I know have brand new babies, and I still have no interest in babies. Like, I don't want to hold their baby. I just look at it from afar and be like, oh, yeah, cute, whatever. But I have no interest in babies. Of course, my baby I had to take care of because she's mine, but she terrorizes me every day and night, terrorizing me.
I could imagine. Like, I like to sleep until 10 or 11. Like, that's when I start my day. So I can myself imagine myself having a kid.
You don't like to wake up every 2 hours throughout the night and listen to crying and screaming?
I already do that with night terrors. So, I mean, I already do that by myself. I don't need a baby to remind me.
Yeah, it's horrible. Day or night. They're very clingy. I don't know. I don't know about every baby, but mine is very clingy, very needy. I cannot take a shower with her screaming. She's screaming outside the door, pounding on the glass, and waiting for me to come out.
And they don't get jobs. They're very opinionated. They don't get jobs. Like, we should put babies to work. Like,
I tried.
We should put babies to work. And if they have an opinion on it, they should like say, what's your opinion on like politics? And if they can convince us, then we'd be like, you know what, this is a pretty good baby. Maybe you shouldn't work. But the babies that don't, like the stupid babies, we should put them to work. China's doing great. They're making phones. They're making cars. They're making all these great things. They're pretty much going to take over because of the babies.
Oh, no, I'm trying to put my baby to work, but I tried to get her in showbiz, like acting or modeling, but it's really hard because they have all these labor laws for babies, and so they want twins because the twins can work a longer day overall because they could just do like 4 hours each. That's how those Olsen twins ended up being billionaires.
Damn, dude. So you gotta get two. What happened if you get like another baby? Maybe like you get a white baby and a black baby, but you say they're twins. Like they can't do nothing about that. And it's like, hey man, they're twins. Like, what are you gonna do? And then you say, hey, you better put my babies to work. And you just say you're racist. And they're like, oh my god, the first twins are not twins. And it'll be like a whole People magazine type thing, you know?
Oh, you know what? This is kind of interesting though. Speaking of a white and a black baby twin, I know a pair of twins. One's white, one's black. They go to the library story time with my baby, and I always feel weird asking the question of like, why do those kids look the same size, but they're always together, but are they brother or sister, or is one of them your boyfriend's baby, or what? But I ended up finding out the story from the lady that takes care of them is not their mother. She's their nanny. They were born to two gay men and a surrogate, and each gay man gave his own sperm, so it's a black and a white gay couple. So they were twins in the surrogate's womb at the same time with that surrogate mother's egg and two different sperms, and they came out different looking. They're technically, genetically half brother sister, but they were born in the same womb from the same surrogate.
That's interesting. See that? Then how can somebody argue that? Then you know what I'm saying? They're twins. They're twins. So that's the type of twins that I'll have. I'll have like a half hybrid Asian black baby, and then another one like a white Asian baby, or I don't know, something like that. I don't know. I have some sort of weird hybrid, and then we're like, yeah, these are my babies, and like they came from the same mom. So screw you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. In showbiz, they could do a lot of discrimination based on looks. So you might have better luck just finding some friend who has a kid that looks sort of like yours and just trying to pass them off as twins.
I can imagine that. Yeah. I think I would have been I would have loved. My mom tried to put me in when I was little, when we were living in New Jersey. Tried putting me in a commercial, but they said I had a weird smile, and I'm like, Mom, you should have told the lady that, you know, that hey GT, she wants to get over here. Come on, man. See, that's it. I know I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not supposed to break character. What's happening right now, guys, is that she's trying to call JT.
The reason I want GT to come over here is because I don't want to interrupt your story, but GT was a child actor. Can you tell us a little bit about your peak of childhood acting?
Yeah, I was in Full House, and I was featured on Full House. My agent sent me there. I didn't really have to audition for it, and I was supposed to be like the mustache boy.
How old were you with the mustache?
DJ's first day of junior high, and I was like 13 or 14 years old. I was supposed to kiss some girl, and then they wanted me to walk this way or sideways or something. It was kind of confusing. And then I was supposed to kiss some girl. I guess I messed up with her. Something happened. Maybe they wanted some tongue action or something. I don't know what it was. So
you got cut. Long story short, GT got cut from his first job as a child actor.
They still use different parts of it, but just me standing around going, hey. It was more like an extra work. Then I didn't sign up for that extra work, but whatever.
Okay, Carlos, back to your story. What happened? Your mom took you to do acting.
My mom took me to this, it was kind of like an open casting call in New Jersey in Rockaway Mall. And the lady said that that my smile wasn't, I don't know, vibrant enough. I don't know what it was. And I told my mom, well, you should have fought for me. She was just like, oh, okay, bye. And she just left. I was like, you know what? You could have been sitting in millions of dollars. Right now, we could have been much better off. I could have had a drug addiction. You know, I could have had my second rehab. I could have had a redemption story and an True Hollywood story, and I don't have none of that right now.
I have been scouted multiple times by modeling agencies, but these modeling agencies that walk around the mall and scout young teenage girls are scams.
Yeah.
As soon as you sign up, they want you to buy like $700 worth of photos and buy all their classes and all this stuff. And then if I say, oh, I'll get my photos done somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. They'll find any excuse for like why you're such a failure that you would have done it already on your own if you didn't have them to help you out.
So I had two of them. I had one in Miami Beach when I was living in Miami, where this company called Starlight Talent, some shit like that. They put me into this room and they said, hey, listen, you know, you're exactly what we're looking for. And I'm like, oh, great. She's like, okay, so we need a $500 deposit. I'm like, no, you don't. They're like, no, we need a $500 deposit. I'm like, I don't have that. It's like, do you know anybody that can lend you the money? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, I thought your family. And then they start getting aggressive with me. They're like, oh, I thought you said your family will support you. So when did they give you the money? I'm like, all right, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Then there was another one that was even weirder. That the lady was like, hey, so are you comfortable sometimes not wearing clothes?
How old were you then?
I was 23, 24. And then there was another one. I'm sorry. That there was they're religious. They were like a Jesus casting agency. So they book all of the talent in Hollywood, but with a faith-based meaning, whatever that means.
Wow. So one of them wanted your money. One of them wanted you to do porn, and the other one wanted to convert you to their religion.
Porn?
I mean, I don't know, but it probably was some weird shit. And the thing is, it wasn't even gonna be good porn. Like, if I'm gonna do porn, at least I want to do the good stuff. Like the good porn, like Vivid, that's down the street or something like that. Like, that's good porn. Nah, it was gonna be weird. It was gonna be weird porn. It was gonna be that type of shit where you'd be like, no.
This is something you should put in a comedy.
I will start talking about it then soon. Yeah. The thing is that she's asking me great questions, so now all this is starting to come back. See, these were repressed memories. And now she's good. I like it. I like talking.
Thank you. I'm getting a repressed memory too. One time I got paid to take nude photos back in the beginning of the internet, like in I don't want to age myself or date myself, whatever. But when was it? It was before the year 2000. Let's just say that. And I did it. And the guy wrote me this check for $1,000.
You got paid?
Bad check. Didn't cash. Didn't go through. And guess what? I was working in an office at the time, and my first job, real job out of college. And within a week, the computer guys from my office had already found my naked pictures. They were using me on a paid site as the free sample girl.
Oh my God, that sucks. Because at least if you would have gotten $1,000, you could have been like, look, whatever, bitches, I got paid. But you didn't even get paid. That sucks. Did you sue them?
Oh, I'm gonna sue some scammy photographer. Okay, this was partly my fault because this was before the internet was really a big thing. But I was calling this number to see if the funds were there in the checking account, and on my touch tone, my touch phone, it says, okay, how much is the check for or whatever, and I would put 1000, and then the recording would come back and say funds in the amount of $10 are available. I'm like, God, this guy only has $10, but I wasn't putting the decimals. And then by the time I figured it out, the money really wasn't there because I guess the money was only there for 2 days.
Wow, that's a great story, but I'm sorry that sucks that happened. Because I mean, in Hollywood, any little bit of money, we need it. People don't realize that how much people are scrounging for money here. Like, we're all like, yeah, we're living this fabulous lifestyle, but $50 means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, $1,000, that's like $1 million. Yeah,
I was 21, and they were having me pretend to be a teenager, which I did look young enough, I guess. And even more embarrassing, it was Amateur and Teen Kingdom was the name of the overall site, and the specific area of the site was natural and hairy. The reason they picked me out was because I had been unshaved. The guy's my friend that got me into it was we're looking for girls that are not shaved, and they're having a hard time finding any. I was like, well, I haven't shaved in a month, just out of pure laziness. And I ended up on this natural and hairy website for teenagers.
Oh, brutal. Oh, my God. Wow, I thought the commercial that I did for hair loss at 21 was bad, but this is bad, yeah.
I am doing this podcast, but I hope nobody I know is listening.
Everyone you know is listening. This is a podcast. Grandma knows. Grandma saw the pictures. She's very proud of you. She's very proud of you. She's very proud of that you did that. But
people are Googling Amateur and Teen Kingdom right now. I'm sure they're out of business by now.
Did any of your family members ever find out?
No, but I guess they know now if they listen to this podcast.
Absolutely. Well, hey, you know what? In Hollywood, it gets to a point where it's like, hey, look, I guess we all have done porn sometime, you know?
It wasn't really porn. I mean, there was tasteful pictures.
Yes, we've all done something like that, yes. Not all of us, but it happens, I guess, to the best of us.
Well, it happened to me. Well, anyway.
Just, hey, fuck it. You know what? Just be like, yeah, I did it, and what? Well, you're just jealous because none of the people that would be jealous of you would never going to pull that off. And you pulled it off with grace, I'm sure.
Thank you. They're tasteful pictures, and you know the one good thing about having a bush is it covers your parts. So
It's from what I've been told. It covers your parts, your lady bits.
so it's almost like wearing a thong.
I've never worn a thong, but I will take your word for it.
All right, Carlos, this has been so fun talking to you. I can't wait to hear your comedy set, and our listeners can't wait to hear it either. Where can people find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at CalRican413, and you can find me also on Facebook at Carlos Feliciano. I'm going to soon be having my page. I'm going to be working in the next couple months. I got some videos that I want to upload. I'm going to do a YouTube page, and I'm going to do try to do a website. And I'm going to, from there on out, my goal for this new, for the upcoming summer is to do some out-of-state shows and start doing some more bookings, yeah.
Awesome. Well, great talking to you. LA residents, are you tired of slippery floors? Are you afraid you might slip on your tile? Well, check out tightgripla.com. It's a local business coming out, surveying your floors, and treating it with a non-slip solution, a semi-permanent non-slip solution that will keep your floors safe, whether in the rain outdoors or indoors in the kitchen or bathroom areas that sometimes get wet and very slippery. So if you want safer floors and to not get injured while you're just walking around, check out tightgripla.com.
Guys, I've been drinking. Anybody else drinking too? Good. I'm not alone. Thank God. Thank God you can understand my pain. My mother would be so ashamed. But don't you guys worry about it. So, we got the comedian coming up. Let's get it fired up. Are you ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? I said, are you ready for the next comedian coming to the stage? You goddamn right. Show some love for a gentleman coming to the stage right now. He got a C for the first letter, an F is in Frank for the last letter. He's a bad motherfucker on a hot Sunday. Show some love for Mr. Carlos Feliciano.
I better not suck. This is too much pressure for me. What's up, guys? Hey, guys, what's up? How you guys doing over there? Good? All right, let's tone it down a little bit. Let's tone it down. You guys were awesome, though. You guys were awesome. Thank you. All right, let's do this shit. Thank you. All right. I am Carlos Feliciano. As you guys can see, I have a little bit of an accent. Ladies don't find it exotic as well. It's only exotic for myself. I come up to women and say, hey, how you doing? My name is Carlos. They're like, it's Carlos, right? It's Carlos. Like, fuck it. But then women ask me, hey, where are you from? Like, I'm not, I'm Latino. I'm from Puerto Rico. You're not Mexican? You're Mexican, right? I'm like, no, I'm not Mexican. That's how it works here. I'm like, no, I was born in New Jersey, Puerto Rican family, right? Then I grew up in Miami, Florida. I was still in Puerto Rico. Now that I live here. Okay, yeah. Sure. And now that I'm in LA, I'm Mexican now. Yeah, that's how that works. So it's like, orale, yeah. This one lady asked me, hey man, so Puerto Rico, right? Awesome. What is that? And I was like, yeah, exactly. And they're like, oh my God, Puerto Rico, Cabo is amazing. Cabo is great. Cabo's fantastic. Cabo's a place you go to. So the last one that I love, this happened. It's like, God damn it, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, dude. Somebody control me. Thank you. All right, guys, thank you. Sorry about that. All right, let's do this again. I said, she said, hey, Mexico, Cabo's amazing. Hey, GT, can you do me a favor? Can you shut these guys up, please? I'm sorry, man. It's breaking it up. They can't hear. Thank you. All right, they can't hear. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's start this again. Hey, yeah. So she's like, yeah, you're Mexican. I'm like, yeah, man. She's like, my brother fought in a desert storm. I'm like, oh my God, that is not how that goes. And you were talking about dating. I met this girl in online dating. It was pretty cool. You know when you say a lie in online dating, and the person believes a lie, and you're like, you become that lie. So I told the lady, hey, I'm a world traveler. She's like, really? Where have you been? I'm like, oh shit, I gotta come up with world traveling stuff. I was like, okay. And the closest I have traveled the world, I was in Florida just visiting my family. That's like a whole nother thing right there, yeah. So then all of a sudden I'm there and I'm just like, yeah man, I traveled the whole world. Have you heard of Epcot Center? You could travel the whole world for free. They give you beer. It's the most amazing thing ever. Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I was like, yeah, and also I went on a safari. Animal Kingdom. Have you heard of that one? Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's like a safari without the malaria. Well, it's Florida, so you probably get Hep C. Yeah. Thank you. I'm 30. I recently lost my job, or as they asked me, please leave. So I said, okay. It was a mutual agreement. And you know when somebody says, look, man, but the way they presented everything was a little bit weird. They were like, hey, listen, I just want to let you know that this is a surprise to us, but today is your last day. And I'm like, that's not how surprises work. Yeah, I'm surprised. You're not supposed to be surprised. So you guys are delivering this whole thing wrong and correctly. Yeah, I was like, and they were trying to point it out, like, look, man, it's gonna be okay. I'm like, look, I'm not worried. This is Subway. This is not. It's not like my career is gonna. It's not like I just lost a job with with IBM or anything like that. This is Subway. It's okay. I think Quiznos will hire me. Is the Quiznos still there? Because I haven't seen a Quiznos in a while. If you see a Quiznos, tell them I'm looking for a job. Can make a pretty mean sandwich. It's alright. It's alright. No vegan sandwiches. I have to take a stance on something. Yeah. What else? I think I'm the 1% of the population because I only do 1% of what I'm asked to do. Yeah, great. I think Google's harassing me because they keep on asking me to identify my identity. I said, look, Google, I'm not a robot, but if I was, I shouldn't answer your callous questions. Thank you. I'm trying to scream. I hope you guys can hear me because it's a little bit fucking out here. It's driving me fucking insane. What else? In recent news, I don't watch the news. It's just too scary anymore. It's just you watching the news. It's like chaos. Puppies, dildos. Shit, we're all gonna die. It's like, oh my god. Like I want to watch something where something makes sense, but that doesn't make nothing make sense anymore. This one woman asked me what my astrological sign was, and I have no idea. I don't do that. So I was like, pick one. She's like, you look like a Leo. I'm like, sure, let's go with that. She's like, you're fiery and some bullshit. And then she's like, hey, by the way, would you like me to read your cards for $50? I'm like, do I look like I have $50? Thank you so much. That was so sweet. Oh my God. She actually thinks I have money. You know what? She actually made me feel really good. I was like, you know what? You are amazing. I have nothing. I'm broke. I told her a bit about the job thing. She's like, so you still want to, do it? Because I can read into you. A lot of money is coming to you. No, it's not. No, there's no money coming to me. I have the face like I have my face, like I have my life together, but it's in shambles. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah. What else? I like LA. I've been here for about 2.5 years. LA is an interesting place. I know people say, oh, LA sucks. Dating sucks. Dating is great in LA. You know why dating is great in LA? Because of the stories. You're never gonna have stories of dating here. And even if you're with someone, I say you should just date them. You don't have to have sex with them. You guys can just exchange stories yourselves. I think it's the funniest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? You guys will have something to tell your kids. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. You guys have been awesome. Thank you guys very much, and have a good night. All right, bye.
That's right. Great job. Another round of applause for Carlos Feliciano. Goddamn right, yeah. That's right, ladies. His last name is kind of close to that pussy word, so you might want to fuck with him. All right. Man, I don't know if you guys drink tequila, but that shit is effective. Sheesh. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. So we got a few more comedians coming up. We're going to bang through them. Also, at the end of the night, we got a wonderful talent coming up to the stage, a wonderful guitarist that's coming up later on. I seen him walking around here. I seen Javier B walking around this bitch. Round of applause for Javier B, the guitarist. He's going to be up here later on. Show motherfuckers some love. You know what I mean? Make sure that great talent gets everywhere and whatnot. So hold on. We got these great comedians. It's called Knock It Out. Bang, 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 bang. You know what I mean? Bang, 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 bang. All right. Let's fuck it. I'm entertaining myself of this bitch. It's kind of sad. It is sad. You know what I mean? My job is to entertain you, but I'm such a selfish cunt. I'm like, oh, fucking Carl's having a good time. Problem solved. All right.
That was our show, guys. Thanks so much for listening, and tune in next week. Thanks.
Yeah, you can check us out, iTunes, Spotify, or divebarcomedy.com. We're all over the place. See you next week.